Hey guys, it's Diamond, and I'm here to talk to you guys and address all the commotion that's been going on social media about the ending of me and Jason's relationship, and to also let y'all know that I honestly wanted to peacefully take care of this in my own privacy, because this happened in private. It wasn't something that I'm this is not something you can just talk about like that. It's not something that you can just say, hey guys, like, this is what's going on, and for there not to be any consequences behind it for anybody, you know? So I've tried to do it peacefully behind doors, behind social media, and to take care of it in my own matters, you know? However, I knew that people would be suspicious about why did we break up or why aren't you guys together, but honestly I just wanted to go my separate ways peacefully. Me and him, separate ways. That's all I ever wanted since what had happened between us. Although I wanted to separate my ways peacefully and behind the scenes, Nate, Jason's friend, posted this post right here. Let me pull it up. He posted this post right here, and it says, wow, after he been faithful to you, did nothing but support you and love you. Sick, sick, sick. That man has never cheated on you. He don't even go out to parties or look at another girl way. Crazy thing is, this is probably not her first time. I knew something was not right with you. God gave me a sign. All you ever wanted was to follow us. You made it seem like you was at home too last night when you called. Females ain't, well, correction, you ain't, foul as hell. Or as F, whatever. And that was the picture. So I want you, if you didn't get to read it with me, I want you to take your time and read it. If you gotta pause the video, take your time and read it. So Nate's post was taken on August 15th, Sunday, and it was a picture of me sitting at a listening party, Soldier Kid's listening party for his new music coming out or whatever. So I went to his listening party, which took place at a studio, like a recording studio, and I was sitting next to my ex. In Nate's post, he was claiming that I was cheating by sitting next to my ex. Now, I want you to think for a minute. From that post alone, which occurred 3 days ago from today, how me sitting next to my ex constitutes cheating. Now, if it constitutes cheating, whoever you sit next to, whether it be in public, you know, on a bench, on a couch, sit next to at a table, that means you're being intimate with the person. Yeah, I'm sitting next to you, I'm being intimate with you. Yeah, that's what it means. If that's what cheating is, that's what it means. Okay, that's just nonsense. To be completely honest with you, that's just nonsense. Now I'm gonna keep going in, because it's not just that. I can't cheat on nobody if we was not together. I know a lot of people have asked, oh, I thought your dad was the first person to come out or whatever and say things. This is why I'm giving the dates of how this went. Jason's post was actually the first post, and then Nate posted his. So Jason said, I'm single, no prank, just a new chapter. To everyone that we let down, I apologize, but I had to remove toxic away. I haven't felt motivated anymore, and it's been having such a negative impact on me. I haven't even been able to focus lately, but we'll get stronger as we heal, and I know I definitely got y'all to help me with this. I appreciate everyone who's been supporting me. I know a lot of people might switch up, but at this time, I don't even care anymore. I just want to be genuinely happy again. This post has been made to clear the air and not to start any problems. For Jason's post, if you read, it says that he's single, as if we just broken up in that moment in time, that we just broken up. Crazy thing is, Jason and Nate posted their posts around the same time. Let's see, Jason's post was around 10:30. Nate's post was around 12. So their plan was to throw everybody off, to make it seem as if this is the reason why we were single, about a picture that was taken of me sitting next to my ex at a listening party that Friday. But in reality, I broke up with Jason on August 14th, the day he put his hands on me. Ever since he put his hands on me, I've been single since. I just said, honestly, Jason, I don't think this is gonna work out. I was breaking up with him because I did not feel it anymore. After he put his hands on me, my dad's plan to resolve the situation safely, and when I say resolve, I mean separate my ways and go about my life, and he go about his, was to have a meeting with his parents, and not just Jason's parents, but me there too, as well as Jason. So it'd be my parents and Jason's parents. However, meanwhile, until the meeting, I had to play it along with Jason, with the social media, with everybody, just so I would minimize any further violence that could ever, you know, be occurred. Because an abuser doesn't like the answer no. An abuser doesn't like the answer they don't want to hear. Now, the last time I saw Jason willingly was on Friday, September 6th, and we had filmed a taking my wig out video. Ever since it happened, for the past month now, we've been trying, my parents and I have been trying to schedule a little time for us to all have a meeting, you know? And Jason always said, okay, yeah, we can do it. Except for September 8th. Just recently, Jason texted my dad saying, unfortunately, my parents are not able to have a meeting. They don't want to be involved in me and Diamond's relationship, is what Jason told my dad. So since then, my dad told me to completely stay away from him, and if he ever came close anywhere, to let him know where I'm at, what's going on right away, because I stayed away, and I've been distant ever since. I've been distant. Like we haven't been normal ever since. We weren't dating. We haven't. But on September 10th, Jason came to my hair salon unannounced. I did not know he was coming at all. He didn't text me about him coming at all. So Jason came to the salon and stayed for a few minutes, you know, checked on me, say hi, whatever, and left. And yeah, that was the last time I've seen him. And honestly, like, I was completely off guard. I was left off guard. Like, I was shocked and scared, low key, because I was my heart dropped. I was getting clothes at the store right next door to the hair salon, and I was shopping through the thing, and I see him like coming towards me, and I was like, what the heck happened, you know? Like where did you come from? Mind you, Jason still had my location. Jason was very adamant about having my location all the time. Me and Jason were still in contact, you know. I still had to play it cool from then, because I didn't know what was to do next, you know? Like there was having to be measures to be taken next. You know, you're not gonna let us have the meeting. There was gonna be something else we'd have to do to make sure that I'd be safe. And whenever Jason had the chance to try to see me, he would see me, and I was dodging it all the time, you know? But I still had to play it along. So it's like, it was hard. It was very hard. When he had popped up to the salon, it was just like so off. Like, it was just so unannounced. It was so uncalled for. So going back to the post that Jason and Nate posted, later that Sunday, after Jason and Nate posted what they posted, I guess my dad had seen it and reacted immediately. And by the time I saw it, I was at the studio. I was at the recording studio, like in the booth. Like by the time I saw it on my phone, a few hours later, it was all over social media everywhere, like blogs, everything. It was all over the place. And there are two sides to the story, and I'm providing you guys here in this video with facts, proof, everything that has been going on behind the scenes. So I'm giving Jason and Nate a chance to tell their side, to say what they brought to social media initially with proof. For real, I'm not here to be saying nothing, exposing this. This is not something I've ever wanted to do. I've never felt this is not how things work, you know? This is not, just because yes, my life is on YouTube, yes, my relationship was on YouTube, does not mean privacy matters. But Jason decided to bring this to the media, and Nate decided to bring this to the media with falsely accusing, because at the end of the day, it's not about what you hear, what you see, it's about facts. It's about facts. And if they can't come up with anything valid, with something that they started, that shows you a lot about their character. That shows you a lot. And if you believe anything without any meat or evidence behind it, that shows a lot about your character. It's deeper than this. It's way deeper than that. This is not, like, abuse is not a joke. Domestic violence is not funny. And when you haven't gone through it, you don't really know how it feels. To be honest, you don't know how it feels. The perpetrator will never feel that they were wrong. I'm really honest. I'm genuinely sorry that it had come to this. I really am. To everybody that supported me, I am so sorry that I didn't listen in the beginning and I didn't see the signs, because domestic violence isn't something when you're in the inside that you see. Like, there were signs that I didn't realize were signs. But however, you guys in some of my past videos have seen it. in my haircut prank video, I was overwhelmed by the comments because I didn't read those comments when the first time it came out. I read a few, but I was very blinded by it because I was with Jason 24/7 all the time. I ignored it. Now, after everything that has actually what it led to, reading the comments overwhelmingly caught me by surprise about that prank, because you guys seen it, and you guys are on the outside. It's hard from the inside. You don't see that. You don't think that that's what it is, you know? You don't. You really don't. Like, it's hard to even come out and speak about it. It's very hard. It's not something easy to talk about. It's just not. It never was. It never has been, you know? It never has been. Now, I'm gonna read a tweet by Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj was abused as well. And this is just something general. I'm pretty sure she actually stayed in the relationship for a few years. And that's how most relationships go on. And nothing is really brought to light until it gets to the point where it's too late, or it gotten way too out of hand. Honestly, I'm happy that I'm out of this situation, but I first had to learn how to love myself. If you wouldn't let a man treat your mother, your sister, or best friend like that because you love them, then you wouldn't let a man treat you like that because you love you. This isn't about judging. We judge too much. Lift them up. So what I have to say about that is true. Now, I know I'm not the only person going through this. I know I'm not. And I know I'm not the first person to talk about it, but there's many people that are not talking about it. In this situation, this abuse, domestic abuse, is a very common situation to be a hush-hush topic when it should not be. It should not be. But there's a reasons why it's always a hush-hush topic, and girls and women can't speak out for themselves because it's fear. Like, I'm literally getting goosebumps from this because it's scary. It's not like it's. It's not something that you want to talk about all the time. It's not something you want to talk to and bring out to light. It's not. Awareness is important to me. I've gone through some things, and I brought awareness to it, and to see the reaction that people have, to feel like they can connect to me through social media. We're real people. We've been through some of the we have similarities in things we've gone through. You know, some of us have gone through the same things. It's just something that I'm happy that I'm strong enough to say something about it, and that I was able to say something about it before. I'm just happy that I'm out of it, to be honest. But I don't want this to be like this, like depressing. Like I'm just gonna move on. The next tweet that she said was, I remember being so afraid to speak because I never knew when that person would be in a particular mood, and I could maybe say one thing that would get me hit. So the difference you see in me now is that feeling when a woman feels lifted up, safe, appreciated, and unconditionally loved. So she's basically saying that it's not easy to say something. It's scary, especially to say the wrong thing around the person, and especially a person you love, you know, like especially a person you love and cared for. Not everything you say no and it's a problem, you know. It's not. You got to be careful about what it's always on eggshells. And then I just want to bring out this fact, and I don't know what goes on behind scenes in other people's families. I do not know, but I'm just gonna read this because it's actually a fact that I feel pertains. Boys who witness domestic violence are 2 times as likely to abuse their own partners and children when they become adults. Now, this is not something I wish to happen on anyone. To anyone. A lot of our supporters have noticed things that were off, but that time he did it to me, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know how I was gonna like get out of the situation, what I was going to do next. And to be completely honest with you, it's hard. It was hard. It was hard to act around him and to be like friendly, and like it was hard. We've done a lot, you know, we've done a lot. And I still was with him very often after the fact, because that's all he ever wanted me to do was be with him 24/7. And I did what he said. I acted the way it was like a puppy on a leash. Like, it was like that. Come home, come over, gotta come. do this, gotta go. I'm just gonna get straight into the story so you guys can hear the story chronological order to make more sense and get to the point. So first I'm gonna start off from the LA trip. That trip was actually something I had planned on my own because BeautyCon had reached out to me to come as a guest, and the trip was from August 8th to the 13th. So that weekend, Saturday and Sunday, was the actual event for BeautyCon. So when I actually got invited, I told my dad about it, and he made arrangements for the trip for me and Jasmine, because I was gonna bring my best friend Jasmine. So I brought Jasmine, and we were gonna go to LA for the BeautyCon trip. So I told Jason that I was going on the trip, and Jason decided he wanted to come with me. He also invited his friend for all of us so we can all like film while we were up there as well. While me and Jason were on the trip, you know, we shared a room, and Jasmine had her own room and his friend had his own room. Me and Jason argued and had our disagreements, multiple ones during the trip. Both me and Jason talked to my dad about the arguments we had because both of us are close to my dad. One of the arguments was Jason, like I was walking with Jason in the hallway, and we were waiting, my dad was waiting downstairs in the lobby for us, and we were gonna go somewhere, and I was like about to put my arm around him, but my hand got stuck in his hair. He got mad and like overreacted a little bit because I was like, I didn't mean to do that. But so once we got downstairs, since it literally just happened in the hallway before we got into the elevator to go to the lobby, you know, went to my dad, I was just like, I can't do this, like this is so annoying, right in front of Jason. I'm like, he's overreacting, and I was just saying what happened, and then Jason's like, oh, like you were vlogging, so why don't you show your dad the camera, like of what happened. So then I showed my dad, and when I was showing my dad, Jason walked away. So throughout the trip, I honestly wasn't really feeling Jason like the way I was not feeling the energy. I just wasn't feeling, I didn't really like want to do it anymore. And I had talked to my dad and Jasmine about it. So I had told them that I didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know if I could take it. Like I didn't know if I could take it. I even told Jasmine, like, cause she had actually missed her flight, so she came later that day, but that's besides the point. And I told Jasmine, like, I need to, like, I want to sleep in your room, to be honest. Like, I don't want to be here right now. Like, I just wasn't feeling it. It was not a good vibe. Now going to the last day of the LA trip, which was August 13th, the day that we landed. We actually landed around 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. In Florida. And Jason got picked up, his friend got picked up, and Jasmine got picked up by their family, or I think Lyft. And yeah, I went home with my dad, and later that afternoon, me and Jasmine hung out that day on August 13th. So the next day was Wednesday, August 14th, and Jason actually came to my house in the morning and woke me up, and he had brought flowers. I didn't know Jason was coming, but apparently he had texted me, because I seen when I woke up later that he had texted me that he was on his way because he wanted to film. But I didn't know he was coming. When he brought me flowers, like, you know, it made me feel a little bit okay, like happy a little bit, but we haven't been good since, like in LA, we weren't good since we landed. We weren't like, you know, it was just not working really. Disagreements we had and arguments. So I don't know, but he brought the flowers, and I just woke up, and you know, I'm a goofy, like, ha ha ha, like person. So it was just like, okay, like I was like, whatever, and we were chilling. And yeah, so I'm gonna insert a video when he was actually at my house that morning, like, what are you doing?
Yo, God, you have every fucking shoe Jordan ever made in their life, dog.
So my dad was about to leave to work, and he always acknowledged. So my dad was about to leave to work, and he said bye to me and Jason, and then he noticed that Jason like brought me flowers because they were like on my bed table thingy, and like my dad made a little joke about it, like just joking about it, that he brought me flowers. But then yeah, after that my dad had left, and then I was texting Jasmine, and I was like, I don't want him to be here, like I don't know why he came, you know, like. But however, throughout the day he was apologizing about everything that, like, you know, what was going on and stuff, and he told me that, you know, he was gonna change, you know, like he's sorry for like the way he's been acting, and he didn't mean to be that way, all these things. And I wasn't feeling him. Like I told him that he was selfish and controlling. That wasn't the first time I actually confronted him about him being controlling and selfish. It was not, but it was kind of like so many things added up, so many, like, you know, I was fed up. So I told him, I said, honestly, like, you're straight up like selfish and controlling. For instance, like he has problems with my posts on Instagram about me wearing bathing suits, or like if I'm in public and let's say I'm wearing this dress, like he'll pull it up like all the time, or pull my dress down like while we're out in public and stuff. Not even, I could be at home wearing a sports bra, pull it up, and it was just like claustrophobic. Like you know, like you do this, you do that, and don't be doing this, don't be doing that. Like, I'm my own person, and I'm 18 years old. I think I can wear a dress if I feel like it, you know? So it's kind of was just like, but going back to when me and Jason were still having this disagreement at my house, mind you, we were at my house for that day. Like, when he came over in the morning, like, we were there for the day. So it came to me, and I was just telling him also, like, not only just like what I like, dang, you're controlling about what I wear, but it's not even that. It's also about YouTube. It would always be like, if he needs a video done for his channel, I'd always make myself available. I'd always say yes. Like, there was no ever like, oh, I don't want to, you know, or I can't, or I'm busy, this, that. Like, if I'm like, you know, it was never excuses. But on the other hand, if I wanted to do a video for my channel, it was always like, I don't know, there were so many excuses for it. It was always not a priority. It was always like, maybe later, or like, we could film this tomorrow, in a week from now. It's too long of a video, I don't want to film it now. I also told him he treats me like an accessory, like a purse or something. He wanted me to be with him 24/7 all the time. Now, I understand, you know, it's cute when like couples are affectionate. It's cute. It's cute when, you know, you're like, you love me and you like, yeah. But it was to the point where it was like, if you're not with me, like, you gotta be with me. You gotta be with me 24/7. It was never like, oh yeah, you can go home or you can go to the gym. He always wanted me to be with him. Even if he's hanging out with his friends late night, he wants me to be with him. If he's going to hang out with his friends, let's say I'm at his house and he's about to go hang out with his friend, he'll be like, oh yeah, you could just stay here until I come back. Instead of like, you know, I'd be like, let me go home. No, just stay here till I come back. Stay here till I come back. At the same time, he left me with no time for my friends, my family, my school, my hobbies, because mind you, I'm still in college. My hobbies, none of that. And even if I'd be hanging out with him for days, because yes, I would be hanging out with him for days. And if I say I want to go home, or I'm gonna go home real quick, or I gotta go home to do this, he'd automatically be like this, I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you. Oh, you gotta go home to pick up clothes, or you gotta go home to, you know, shave or something. I'm coming with you. And then you can come back to my house. Or he'll stay with me if I have to do something. Like, it was always like that. He was making me live his life and not letting me live mine. But back to when we were talking, like, he kept insisting, oh yeah, I'm gonna change. And I was like, you keep saying the same story every time, like, that you're gonna change, you know, about something, like, you do one thing and it's like, I bring it up or I won't bring it up, and you'll just do it again. Or you'll say, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, I will change, I'm not like that, and you'll do it again. You'll do that, like, possessive thing again, like, I need you to be here right now. If you're not here at 11:30, you're this and that, like, you know, like, I need you to do this. Like, he controlled me as if, not even like a parent controls you like that. My parents don't control me like that, but it was just like commands. So after we were going back and forth and just, you know, having our little disagreement about, I was just saying, like, I understand you trying to apologize and stuff, but like, it's not like that. Nothing's changing, you know, and I don't think I want to be with you anymore. I don't want to do this. I told him I can't do this no more. And as soon as I said that, he took both of his hands, put it around my neck, both of his hands, and pushed me against the wall, my closet door wall, and said, don't ever say that shit again. Don't ever say that shit again. Don't ever say that shit again. And I told him to stop. Until I couldn't speak no more. He would not let go until I cannot speak no more. I told him, stop. And then I was trying to say words that weren't coming out. So when he let go, I started seeing black. I started feeling like I was about to faint, dog. Like, I was like, are you serious, bruh? In my head, I'm thinking, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking just like, what the heck? Like, I was so scared and shocked. Like, I was shocked. That's not something you expect to happen. That's not something you say, oh yeah, I think this might happen. Like, I was shocked completely. Like, that was scary because I didn't know if I was gonna even be, what was gonna happen next. I didn't know when he was gonna let go. It's not something like, it felt like an eternity to me. You know, like, that's something that you see, that you feel, and it's vivid. Like, I will never forget that. I will never forget that. After he let go, the room went quiet, and it was just, the room was quiet. Like, you could hear a pin drop, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I don't even know what I was thinking. There was just so many things running through my head, you know? It was just like traumatizing. Like, it was just emotions that I don't even like, crazy different emotions back and forth, like, you know, what to do, what am I, like, what's going on, like my head was just messed up. Like I didn't know, it was just like a whole, like, I don't know what to do. It's that situation where it's just like, what do you do, you know? Like it's not oh yeah, he does this to you and you hit him back. Like it's just when you get traumatized and it actually happens to you, that was not gonna be your first instinct. To me, it wasn't my first instinct. I know he's stronger than me. You know, I'm a female and he's a male, okay, but I'm smaller and he's stronger than me. So Jason then said, I know you tell your dad every thing, but you better not tell anybody about this. This is our relationship. We work it out. I'm hearing him say these things. I'm hearing him saying these things, and as the thoughts are going through my head and stuff, different things, I didn't say nothing when he was saying those things. What the hell am I gonna say to you? What the hell am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? You know, I just said nothing. So thoughts are going through my mind, and it clicked, and I'm like, this was not the first time. This was not the first time you put your hands around my neck. It was actually the third. The first 2 times didn't register to me like that. The reason why it didn't is because it was one-handed and it wasn't to the point where I couldn't breathe. I just can't, but like, you know, like when I realized it wasn't the first time and I took a step back and thought about it, and I was just thinking like, wow, this isn't something that's just. Anyways, after a while, I realized my brother Denzel, he was downstairs, and me and Jason actually had a plan to actually film a video with him. So I realized like, dang, my little brother's downstairs, you know, and we were supposed to film this video. It was around 5:30-ish, 5:45-ish. And it was like, you know, in the afternoon, but my parents still weren't home at the time because they were at work. With that being said, I had to put up a front because Jason still wanted to film the video. I had to go film the video with my little brother. You know, my little brother knew we was gonna film the video, Denzel. He knew we were gonna film it, so I had to put up a front. And the video we filmed was Who Knows Me Better? My brother versus my boyfriend. That was the video we filmed actually downstairs on the couch. So I'm just gonna insert a clip of that video right here.
But don't try to cheat. Each 10 to your laps.
Pinky, you here, bro. No, you don't even know my birthday. Thank you, next. From that video, you can tell the vibes were off. Those who have watched that video, I did see like comments being like, oh, why Diamond seems so like tight, or like, why does Jason have attitude? Why does Diamond have attitude? And there's just many things that happen behind scenes that you don't see, that you don't know about. So after we filmed that video, Jason told me to follow him to his house because we were gonna film the same exact Who Knows Me Better with his sister. I had followed him in my car and he drove his car and went to his house. But when we got to his house, his sister actually wasn't home. Since his sister wasn't home or whatever, Jason said, you know, you might as well sleep over, just stay over. And I stayed, you know. I did. Now the next day, which was Thursday, August 15th, we filmed a 24-hour pregnancy challenge thing, which you guys know, that video that says I'm pregnant and da-da-da-da-da. That was Thursday, August 15th, the day we filmed it. So that same day we filmed a baby shower, like later that day around like 5, 6-ish, I believe. All right, y'all, so I'm having a baby shower. I am pregnant. It's for a video. So if you guys want to come, make sure you guys let me know. It's at 6:30 tonight at my house. Y'all.
I'm a dad.
And we invited all, like, our friends and all of our family. So like my parents and stuff were here. It's held at my house. You guys haven't watched that video, but I'll just insert a clip. It's like a baby shower, that thing we had here. Look at this, y'all. They're guessing the size. Look at this, y'all. They're guessing. Not for a real baby. A lot of you guys asked if I was actually pregnant. I was never pregnant. It was just a challenge. So we filmed that here at my house. We invited our friends, our family, and yeah, everyone came to my house for the baby shower around 5, 6-ish that day. So during the baby shower was actually a pretty long, like, it was like, because we were filming, you know? It was around like 4 hours, 5 hours long. I honestly don't know, but it was pretty long. During the baby shower, like towards the ending, I was over here in the kitchen, like by the refrigerator right here. And I told Jasmine and showed her my neck marks. They're still like, This one's still there. It was the darkest part, but I had marks that were here on the side. I don't know if they're still there, you can see it. It's been a month now, so they're still there, but not as prominent. I do put makeup on it as well. I have been putting makeup on it when I go out in public and stuff. Sometimes I forget, but most times I put makeup over it. Me and Jasmine were over here by the fridge, and I was showing her my neck marks August 15th, the day after. And immediately she was like shocked. She was like, what is that? Like, what happened? What's going on? Like, she was just, you know, like shocked. So I told her what had happened very shortly or whatever. And she was immediately like, I need to take a picture. Like, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture. Let me see it. Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. So I took a video around of my neck, and I was like this, and I'm gonna insert a clip right here. This was at the baby shower. You can hear like her saying it in the background. So yeah, she was like, let me see your neck. And like, Jasmine's the type of person, like, she's like so like loud and stuff, you know, and like everybody was in the like formal living room over there, like everybody was mainly over there, and some people were over here by the TV, but like we were just by the fridge just talking one-on-one, and I'm like, Jasmine, stop, like, you know. But she's like, no, you got to take pictures of it. Let me see. And then Jason actually walked through right here. What are you guys looking at? Like, what happened to her neck? When he had asked that, like, Jasmine said nothing, and I just shook my head, and I was like, and I walked away. I just, you know, like, nothing. I didn't say anything. Both of us didn't say anything. So following that, after the baby shower, Jason had asked me, he's like, oh, like, can you come over or whatever? Like, come over right now. I was like, no, I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna just like, you know, hang out with Jasmine. And so then he had left with his friends that came to the baby shower or whatever. He had left, and Jasmine had, you know, stayed a little bit longer or whatever. And I had talked to her, you know, because she wanted to, like, you know, she wanted to talk to me about the situation. And, you know, that's my best friend. Like, you know, at the end of the day, that's my best friend. She actually was the first person to know, and I honestly didn't think I was gonna be able to talk about it. But when I had seen the marks on my neck, like, you know, it was so surreal. Like, I was just like, so Jasmine and I were talking about it in my room upstairs, right? Everybody, like, my parents and stuff were cleaning downstairs, like the baby shower, and I helped clean too. But after that, me and Jasmine went upstairs and we were talking about it, and she was like, Diamond, you have to tell your dad. Like, you have to tell your dad ASAP. Like, you have to, you know, you got to, before something else can happen or it gets worse. You can't just not say nothing. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna tell him, bro. Like, I was talking to her like, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna tell him. I don't even know, like, you know, like, a best friend it's easy to talk to your best friend about like certain things, you know, like, because it's your best friend. But to tell my parents, not even my parents, to tell my dad, this is not something like I'm excited and wanting to tell nobody. It's embarrassing. To be completely honest with you, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to say, yes, my boyfriend put his hands on me. Like, that's not something that you brag about. That's not something that, oh my gosh, it's glorified. It's not. So the next day was Friday, August the 16th. And before my dad had left for work, actually, you know, he came into my room because he normally like says bye or whatever. And he came into my room and he was like, bye, Diamond, or whatever. And I said, actually, Daddy, like, I have to tell you something. And I remember he was standing by my door and I was standing right like where my bathroom door was. You know, I have something to say, and I was just very like, I took my time with it because I didn't know how to say it. Like, I honestly had no words to say. I couldn't find the right things to say, how to start by saying it. You know, especially how close like Jason was to our family. It's just not something I was like I just was not ready to say something like that. You're never gonna feel like you're ready to say something, to be honest, but you know, it's good that I was able to speak up. It was good that I was able to speak up. As soon as I told my dad, he reacted. Like, when I tell you, this man screamed, like, yelled, like, you know, I understand, like, okay, my dad's a calm Haitian dad, oh my gosh, I understand that, but this is not, like, I've never seen him this mad. Like, this is big mad, like, this is not, you're not gonna be a father and someone tell you, hey, I'm putting my hands on your daughter, like, and you just gonna say, okay. No, you know? So he said some things, he reacted, he said some things, I'm not gonna repeat it because it's not for that, but he was mad and I don't blame him. It's your daughter, and it's just like, it's disrespect. When I told him, I was like, I had that night all like to sleep on the whole situation before I told him. I said, I honestly want to make a video. I do. I do want to make a video. Like, I didn't know if it was gonna be a video about what happened to me, or I just kind of wanted to be like a free, like that's how I thought I was gonna free myself from the situation, was a video like, hey guys, we're not dating anymore, you know. I just wanted to make a video or something, you know. Like, that was my first instinct. I was not in the right mind or anything, so thank God I didn't do that, and everything happens for a reason, you know. But I told him, I said, I want to make a video. He said, you're not doing that. Like, that's not the proper way to do it, Diamond. You're gonna go out here all emotional and tell them what happened. Like, that's just not you. That's not anybody's business. That's not for, you know, like social media. And I say, I agree. It's not right. It's not. He's right. Like, it's not for social media. But as a YouTuber, as an influencer, as all that, like, I put my life out on social media. I put my relationship on social media. So it kind of felt like, you know, damn. You know, like, damn. That's how it felt like. But I'm so happy that I stood my ground and just tried to take it a different route. So my dad said, you know, honestly, this was like after, like, we was going back at it like multiple, like, he was just, when I first told him, it was not like, he was not calm for a while. But when everything was calm, like an hour later, he's like, you know what, we should just honestly have a meeting with his parents. His mom came to the house for the baby shower, you know. You guys met her and stuff. Like, my parents met her. So he was like, let's just do a meeting with his parents to address what happened, what he did to you, you know, and then we can move forward and see what we got to do. So that was the plan. And honestly, I was like, I didn't know, like, I didn't really want to do that. I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know what was right. Okay, I guess we're gonna do that way. But the plan was for Jason to not know, to get suspicious that I told my dad. Because if he knew, you know, I don't know what would happen. You know, he's like, you could take it or leave it. But this is what I'm gonna tell you, like, you should do meanwhile, before we have the meeting with his parents, arrange the meeting with his parents, is just to play your role. Do what you have to do and play along with Jason, so he doesn't think that there's anything wrong between y'all. So I did what I did. You know, he says, oh, what are you doing? I'm chilling, you know, just like, no, nothing suspicious. I did bring it up to Jason, actually. Messages about it, actually brought it up to him, but I was still playing, like, you know, like calm, like, not that I told anybody or anything, you know, like, I just was playing calm. Like, I said, I'm not feeling okay, you know. He could tell I wasn't feeling okay, but we had the discussion and he still went about like nothing happened. And I had to play along too, you know, because you tell a person no, they could explode on you, you know. Like, you said no, boom, and that's what happened. That's why I was choked the third time. I said something wrong to him, in his eyes. From there, it was always like, okay, if I'm gonna be, I have to, like, you know, he wants to see me 24/7, be with me 24/7. I tried to distance myself as much as possible, but it was, you know, it was not simple like that, because it was like, where are you? What are you doing? Why can't you come? You know. So basically, my dad just told me, always have your phone on. Like, I have two phones actually. My parents actually have me on Life 360. From then, they have my location. Like, they've had my location for safety reasons, to minimize being, like, you know, alone with Jason. Like, if I'm ever alone, let's say I'm alone at one of our houses, you know, with Jason, at least to have someone home. So if, whether it be my little brother home, or my dad, my mom, or if I'm at his house, you know, his siblings, his parents, at least somebody home at all times, just in case anything, you know. Never to be just left alone, and also to try to go out to be in like more public places. I also always kept communication with my dad, like what was going on, like where I was and stuff like that. So Jason wasn't gonna find it suspicious, because me and my dad are naturally like close like that. But I was like kind of like doing it, you know. I was actually telling him things, like I was communicating very well with my dad whenever I would be around him or anything, you know. Both me and my dad had tried multiple attempts to set up a meeting with his parents. I've reached out to his parents. I've reached out to Jason about doing the meeting, you know, like when we were hanging out, I'd be like, you know, like, when are we gonna do the meeting, like with your parents or whatever. And you know, my parents just want to have a meeting with your parents. That's all it was, you know. Jason knew we had our differences and stuff like that. There was always excuses, like both me and my dad would be like, oh, like, can you guys do Tuesday, like, or are your parents available then, this, that, oh, I don't know, maybe they can't. Like, there was always excuses, you know. So it was kind of frustrating on my end too, because I honestly was like hurt, like trying to like always be there, you know, always having to like act, you know. It was harder. Like, I just wanted to be out of it. I've been wanting to be out of it since the day of August 14th. I told you I wanted to be out of it and you couldn't handle it, you know? It was just like, it felt like there was no escape route. It really did feel that way. It really did. And at the same time, it's not like, oh, I want Jason, you know, like I don't want to harm Jason at the same time because it's someone I care for. I never wanted, like, just because you put your hands on me, I wanted you to like get harmed or anything, like ruin anything about you. Like, you know, I wanted to just my separate ways, peace. That's all I wanted. So Jason had agreed, but always made excuses about the meeting. But then September 8th, he texted my dad and he was like saying, you know, unfortunately my parents don't want to have the meeting, or like, you know, I'm gonna put the message right here, they don't have the meeting and they don't want to get in our relationship because me and Diamond are grown and we can figure out our own relationship, which is the same thing he said when he put his hands around my neck saying, we can work this out, this is our relationship, you know, you don't gotta tell nobody. Like, so moving on, Jason had planned to go to Dominican Republic with me and my family because it was for a wedding that we had to go to. And the day before the trip, he texted my dad saying he wasn't gonna go anymore. And honestly, I was relieved. I was happy when my dad told me that Jason said that because I really didn't want him to go there. I told my dad I didn't want Jason to be like at the, to come with us to Dominican Republic, you know, like out of the country, let alone, like I was not trying to do that, you know. But he ended up showing up anyways. He came to the airport. He was on the plane because he already had his ticket, you know. That morning he texted me saying that he was coming, and I told him, I said, you can't be just coming in whenever you want. Like, you can't just choose like when you feel like it and when you don't. And I said, I don't think it's a good idea for you to come. But he already came. Like, he was like, I'm coming, I don't care, I'm on my way. Like, it was no, like, we're gonna have a good trip, I'm on my way. So that right there is just a rundown of what has gone on behind the scenes. Obviously it's been a lot, there's a lot more to it, like, but yeah, so that was pretty much the story about what happened between us and when it happened, the dates and all of that stuff. If you're going through something, speak up, you know, speak up, because honestly, this hasn't been the easiest route for me. This hasn't been the easiest road for me to be a person that I'm not, you know, like around someone, like to just act like I'm okay. It's not. Like, I understand, you know, some people got things going on at home, but they go to school and they have a smile on their face. Like, it's not, people cover emotions and it's hard. It's hard. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you feel like you have no other option but to. And that's how I felt. And it's frustrating at the same time because whenever I had time alone, I just always felt down. Like, damn, I don't feel like myself, you know? I don't feel like Diamond no more. I don't feel like her, you know? Like, it's hard because I know I love myself enough to leave, and I wanted to leave, but it was like almost impossible. It was not almost impossible, it was impossible, to be honest. I was single, you know? And you knew that I was done with you, you know? Yeah, y'all, so that was what's going on behind the scenes. And I just, it's not something that I wanted to bring out to the public. That feeling about putting someone down or putting someone, you know, like belittling a person to make yourself feel better I just don't get the concept. I don't get the concept, and I probably never will get the concept. Putting someone else down does not lift you up. It does not make you feel, it should not make you feel better, but in most cases it makes people feel better about themselves or about anything else that they do, you know? And I just want to let you know that you don't stand alone, you know? You don't. And if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. You will. Just know that behind the scenes of this, you know, social media, YouTube, that these people are real. Like, we are real people. We are real human beings. I understand that I am looked at sometimes as not a person, as like more of like a character, as a, you know, like a figure, which I understand. But we go through some things, you know, we go through things as well. Like, it's not all fun and games all the time. It's not. So I'm sorry that it had to come out this way. I'm sorry that some of you guys felt like I was hiding this from you guys. I'm sorry, but it's not something I ever wanted to tell y'all. I'm just so sorry, y'all. Like, I'm genuinely like, it's just, I'm sorry it had to come out this way, to be honest. Yeah, y'all, so I'll be fine, I'll be okay. I'll be okay, y'all. You know, like, I'm, you know, God is here. God is here. Everything is, I'll be fine. and I won't give up on y'all. I won't, because this is what I love to do, you know. I love YouTube. I love y'all, everybody that's been there from since day one, from before all this stuff, everybody that's been riding. Like, I love y'all. So thank you guys for all the support and everything behind this, and thank you for everyone that's been checking up on me and asking me and saying, wow, you know, thank you. You know, like, I haven't been really able to answer anybody. I haven't been able to answer everybody, but yeah, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna be okay. Okay, I'm just gonna end this video like that. Yeah,